Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or tips you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Monday at noon and is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired on Thursday at noon, 3 and 6. Today is November 20th, 2017, and now the news at noon.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, 2 dogs that were saved in a massive animal cruelty seizure in southwestern La Plata County last week are well on their way to recovery, thanks in part to a local Durango groomer who freed the animals from their horribly tangled mess. "I've never seen anything this bad," said Nicole Ferguson, co-owner of The Dapper Dog, a mobile dog grooming business that opened in April. They had to have been like that for years. On Wednesday, about 110 animals, including dogs, a cat, pigs, goats, sheep, horses, a burro, 1 duck, chickens, and cattle were seized from a resident's property in southwestern La Plata County. A citation was issued for animal cruelty, according to the La Plata County news release. However, the identity of the resident and the exact location of the seizure were not disclosed because the investigation is ongoing. The same day, Ferguson, who regularly offers her company's services to the La Plata County Humane Society free of charge, received a call about the seizure and was asked if she could help groom 2 dogs in bad shape. The 2 dogs, a female Shih Tzu, mixes about 4 to 5 years old, had severely matted hair which can make it painful for the animals to move and see. There was also a strong odor of feces, Ferguson said. It took about 2 hours for each dog to remove the solid matted hair which came off in one piece. Ferguson said she cleaned 1 dog on Wednesday and had to return for the 2nd dog on Thursday. The dog cleaned Wednesday generally seemed happy, wagging her tail and welcoming the much-needed grooming. For the most part, and given the circumstances, Ferguson said the dogs are healthy and should make great pets for a new home. Despite the horribly disheveled state they arrived in, Ferguson said the dogs had no serious wounds, just a couple scrapes and scabs.
Reported in the Journal from Dolores, a new travel plan for the Rico West Dolores area of the San Juan National Forest reduces single-track motorcycle access in order to benefit wildlife habitat, hunters, and quiet recreation users. But the draft plan also preserves long-distance loop rides preferred by motorcycle trail riders, and it adds in new short ATV trails. On November 14th, after years of environmental study, public involvement, and lawsuit delays, the Dolores Ranger District has released a draft record of decision for the Rico West Dolores Roads and Trails Travel Management Project. The preliminary decision defines routes for motorized recreation on forest roads and trails in the area north of Dolores, including Bear Creek, Taylor Mesa, Calico National Recreation Trail, Bolam Pass, Divide Road, and Groundhog Point. Under the new rules, as described in Alternative B, motorized use will no longer be allowed on the Little Bear Trail and most of the main Bear Creek Trail, including the lower portion. Near Rico, the Burnett Creek, Horse Creek, and Ryman Creek trails will all be closed to motorized use. West of Forest Road 471, the Winter Trail and lower portions of the East and West Fall Creek trails will also be closed to motorized uses. The closure of Burnett Creek Trail to motorized was in response to Rico residents who did not want motorcyclists accessing the town via that trail. In all, the draft decision would remove motorized use from 31 miles of single-track motorized trail at various locations. The East Fork Trail, Calico Trail and its connectors, and trails near Taylor Mesa and Stoner Mesa will maintain their single-track motorized access. The single-track motorized connections is also being maintained on the Gold Run and Grindstone trails. The connection allows motorcyclists to travel on trails from the Hay Camp area to the Rico West Dolores region. The plan adds back some of the lost motorized trails by incorporating 12 new miles of trail for ATV and side-by-side UTV use in the Lone Cone, Groundhog, and Black Mesa areas. Single-track motorized use has also been added to the Loading Pen number 738 trail, and at Bolam Pass, a section of Forest Road 578B will be converted to single-track motorized to provide connections to the East Fork Trail. San Juan National Forest planner Debbie Kill said the plan includes long-distance loops, trails, and routes sought after by motorcyclists. Seasonal timing restrictions for motor vehicle use on trails are a major new change under the new management plan. Cross-country motorized travel off roads or trails is prohibited under the new plan. There is no off-road or off-trail motorized game retrieval exemption for the Rico West Dolores travel plan. The plan designates 199 miles of roads and 103 miles of trails for public motor vehicle use within 245,000 acres of the Rico West Dolores area of the forest. Implementation of the new travel management plan for the Rico West Dolores area is estimated for spring. Although the official public comment period has ended, the release of these documents marks the beginning of a pre-decisional objection process for those who have submitted previous comments and thus have official standing to object. Official objections will be reviewed by the forest supervisor or regional forester. For more information, contact Debbie Kill at 970-882-6822.
According to the Cortez Journal, more than 500,000 trees in Colorado could disappear if the final federal permit for Denver Water's proposed reservoir expansion is approved. The Daily Camera reports the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is expected to rule early next year on what would be the biggest public works project in Boulder County history, exceeding the original construction of the Gross Reservoir Dam, which was completed in 1954. Denver Water's Federal Energy Regulatory Commission application states all trees and their associated debris will have to be removed during the expansion, which is expected to be completed by 2025. Denver Water spokeswoman Stacy Chesney says the agency has estimated up to 650,000 trees will need to be removed in the area surrounding Gross Reservoir.
From the Durango Herald, the new Economic Development Coordinator for San Juan County plans to focus on bringing more winter visitors to Silverton. Melanie Rusek, a resident of the mountain town north of Durango, plans to build on some of the existing momentum around winter recreation and around Silverton because more backcountry snowboarders and skiers and other adventurers are coming than ever before, she said. Rusek, a former professional snowboarder, brings experience working with the Silverton Avalanche School, ski patrol, and event management to the job. In addition to outdoor recreation, she also wants to encourage year-round residency in town and grow outdoor education opportunities that are already blossoming. Rusek is an assistant director for the Silverton Avalanche School, and it is planning to run 60 courses this year, she said. The University of New Mexico also offers classes in the area. A native of New Zealand, Rusek lived in Silverton from 2000 to 2005 and recently moved back full-time this spring. In the interim, while living in Durango, she was a seasonal resident, spending the winter in the area. One of the major challenges for economic development is the housing shortage. Quite a few people find jobs in Silverton and then have trouble finding homes. She expects San Juan County to break ground on affordable long-term rental apartments in the spring, and those units will help ease the shortage. The recent approval of a sales tax increase to support emergency services in San Juan County is also a positive step forward because as more people visit the area to recreate, additional services will be required. In addition to economic development, Rusek is also responsible for developing an economic resiliency plan that could be put into action in the wake of a disaster such as the Gold King mine spill. The Economic Development Administration, Region 9 Economic Development District, the Town of Silverton, San Juan County, and Silverton Schools funded Rusek's position, which is part-time and will last 18 months. She will report to the San Juan Development Association.
According to the Cortez Journal, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has designated 5 counties in southwest Colorado as primary natural disaster areas due to losses and damages caused by multiple disasters in the 2017 crop year. Dolores, Montezuma, and San Miguel counties were designated as primary natural disaster areas due to losses and damages caused by hailstorms and rainstorms on September 14th, according to a U.S. Department of Agriculture news release. Farmers and ranchers in La Plata, Montrose, Ouray, and San Juan counties in Colorado also qualify for natural disaster assistance because their counties are contiguous. Farmers and ranchers in Apache County in Arizona, San Juan County in New Mexico, and San Juan County in Utah also qualify because their counties are contiguous. Delta County was designated as a primary natural disaster area due to losses and damages caused by severe freeze that occurred from April 4th to 30th. Farmers and ranchers in Gunnison, Mesa, and Montrose counties qualify for assistance because they're contiguous. Otero County was designated as a primary natural disaster area due to losses and damages caused by hailstorms August 5th through 10th. Farmers and ranchers in Bent, Crowley, Kiowa, Los Animas, and Pueblo counties in Colorado also qualify for natural disaster assistance because their counties are contiguous. The designations announced November 6th make qualified farm operators in the areas eligible for Farm Service Agency's emergency loans. Eligible farmers have 8 months from November 6th to apply for loans to help cover part of their actual losses. FSA will consider each loan application on its own merits, taking into account the extent of losses, security available, and repayment ability. And now let's take a look at the weather.
For our part of the country, the temperatures are sure telling us it is really approaching winter. The past few nights have been down in the teens, and my home weather station showed 7 degrees for the cold on Saturday overnight. Much lower than the NWS projected for us last week, but we'll give you their forecast as the trends align with what we experienced, though the actual specific numbers vary. Nationally, we have the big high pressure hanging in over the southwest, southeast, and central sections of the country. All around the edges, there are chances for rain and storms around the Gulf Coast and Florida, a mess of storminess through the Pacific Northwest, west, and rains and snows just ahead of the low pressure front. And snow pushing down from Canada across the Great Lakes and into New England. There had been warnings of a polar vortex hitting that area this week for Thanksgiving travel. We'll follow up on whether this magical sounding weather pattern has an effect on the U.S. or not. Sometimes I don't think the weather forecasters think we're paying attention to what they've said. Regionally, we have a hazardous weather outlook for eastern Utah and western Colorado. Light snow will be moving into the northern Colorado mountains this evening and continuing with moderate at times through sunrise. The heaviest amounts, possible near 6 inches, will be over the Park, Gore, and Flat Top ranges above timberline. Some impact to travel over the passes and high mountain roadways can be expected, with some lighter accumulations likely over Vail and Rabbit Ears by sunrise. Snow will taper off over the northern and central mountains by Tuesday afternoon. Beyond this, mainly dry and warmer conditions are expected through the week. The 5-day DCTV NWS weather outlook today: it will remain partly sunny with a high near 48, east-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming southwest this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 28 degrees. East-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast after midnight. Tuesday, partly to mostly sunny with a high near 53, and those winds shifted to the north-northeast at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. Winds drop back to around 5 miles an hour. Wednesday, it's nice and sunny, warming up a bit with a high near 60, north winds prevailing at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear with a low around 34. Right now for Thanksgiving Day, we are looking at it being sunny with a high near 62. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 34. And Friday and Saturday are looking the same with mostly sunny skies, highs near around 61, and nighttime mostly clear with lows around 34. And now, back to the news.
According to the Cortez Journal, they may not have seen snow yet in Durango, but ski resorts are beginning to open for the season. Purgatory Resort opened Saturday, and skiers and snowboarders and mountain bikers were ready. The resort was scheduled to open at 9 a.m., but people started lining up at 5 a.m., Kim Euler, Purg's director of communications, said in a news release. Some were even cooking bacon and eggs on the ski bench in anticipation of making first chair for the opening of ski season, Euler said. The resort was also open for mountain biking, using lifts for both groups. Lifts 1 and 2 for skiing and Lift 4 for the lift-served mountain bike trails this weekend, Euler said. Many riders had both their mountain bike gear and skis, combining two of Durango's favorite activities on the same day. Wolf Creek Ski Area opened Saturday. It plans to be open for the Thanksgiving holiday Wednesdays through Sunday. As of Saturday, the ski area has received 12 inches from the latest storm, bringing the settled Midway base to 14 inches, the area said in a news release. Nova Lift, Wolf Creek's beginner double chairlift, is operating from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with both natural and man-made snow, the release said. Nova and Susan's runs are open for skiing and snowboarding, with lift tickets $28 for adults, seniors, and children. Treasure and Bonanza lifts are operating with very early season conditions. Tickets to access Treasure and Bonanza lifts cost $48 for adults, $31 for seniors, and $26 for children. Expect unmarked obstacles, the release said. More terrain will open as conditions become available.
From the Journal, Christmas tree permits, which allow you to cut your own holiday tree, are now on sale for $8 at San Juan National Forest offices and selected retail outlets in Southwest Colorado. A permit allows the bearer to cut one tree up to 20 feet tall for personal use until December 31st. Permits come with a brochure with safety tips, information on which species of tree to harvest, and the best places to find them. The Forest Service is also offering one free permit to fourth graders who hold a valid Every Kid in a Park pass or paper voucher downloaded from everykidinapark.gov. The free permit is good only at agency offices, and the participating fourth grader must be present. In addition, the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Christmas Tree Train will run on weekends from November 25th through December 10th. Go to durangotrain.com to find out how you can ride the train into the National Forest to cut your own Christmas tree with help from the U.S. Forest Service, San Juan Mountains Association, and Firewise of Southwest Colorado. San Juan National Forest permits are now on sale at Dolores at the Dolores Ranger District on Highway 184 from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and the Dolores Food Market 400 Railroad Avenue. In Mancos, go to Cox Conoco on 201 East Railroad Avenue, and if Lewis is closer, permits are also available at the Cox Corner Store there. For Durango, visit the San Juan Public Land Center or Kroger's Ace Hardware, number 8 Town Plaza.
Reported by Colorado Public Radio, the University of Colorado is creating a new online education system that will offer bachelor's and master's degree programs for a flat $15,000 cost. In a decision by the Board of Regents Wednesday, $20 million was approved to allow the university to move forward with the creation of the proposed project. Set to launch in 2022, the program targets rural students and those with blue-collar jobs for whom access to CU might otherwise be limited. The regent behind the proposal, Steve Ludwig, said there's an urgent need for this kind of education. But working out the logistics of a degree at the price might be tricky, Ludwig said. That $15,000 includes tuition, books, fees, and any other expenses. We have to figure out how to scale up in a way that doesn't dilute quality, that people still get a great education, Ludwig said. It will take a lot of brain power to figure that out, but I think we're up to the challenge. CU already has a robust presence online, according to Ken McConaughey, the Vice President of Communications. McConaughey said CU has 41 degree programs online, 11 more than the university offered 10 years ago. But Ludwig said the number of CU's online-only students isn't anywhere near their goal of 6,000. He's hoping this new program will fix that. Another part of the new online system will be a K-12 component. Younger students, most likely in high school, will have the opportunity to take a year's worth of college classes online to get a jump start on their higher education. CU hopes to have one bachelor's and one master's degree available for enrollment by 2022 and the K-12 component by 2024.
Reported by the Durango Herald, the Durango JCPenney in their mall is converting to a clearance center. Thousands of items at JCPenney are on clearance, touting savings of up to 70% across the entire store. The JCPenney at the Durango Mall is one of 6 store locations across the nation piloting a new store concept dedicated to selling clearance merchandise. Carter English, a spokesman for JCPenney, said the new clearance center is a, quote, part of our effort to explore new growth opportunities. We want to differentiate JCPenney from traditional and off-price competitors, he said. The new store concept allows us to consolidate, display, and sell clearance and other merchandise in a new and compelling way. Last week, JCPenney reported a rise in sales at established stores, reversing 4 straight quarters of declines, the Associated Press reported. General Manager Hillary Bailey Johnson said the majority of the store is on clearance, with the exception of holiday categories and family basics. This includes, but is not limited to, items in the toy department and outerwear sold seasonally during the holidays. Bailey Johnson said JCPenney has served Durango for more than 100 years. The store was previously located on Main Avenue before relocating to the mall when it opened in 1982. In addition to new clearance items, the store received a complete interior refresh to mark the changes. Bailey Johnson said corporate will track the success of the Durango JCPenney to determine at a later date if the pilot continues or if other stores join the list of clearance centers.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of November 13th through the 19th. The Dolores County Sheriff's Office would like to caution all local residents about a growing scam called check overpayment. According to the Federal Trade Commission, this is now the 5th most common telemarketing fraud and the 4th most common internet scam. There are 2 common ways the check overpayment scam works. Number 1 is you are selling an item, the person buying sends you a check for more than the amount that you are asking for the item, and they instruct you to wire the balance back to them. Again, you are selling an item, the person buying sends you a check for more than the amount you are asking for the item. They instruct you to pay the shipping fees from the remaining balance or for some reason send it back to them. Each of these results in the same conclusion. The check bounces and you are responsible for the full amount including overdraft fees and wire transfer fees. That concludes today's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
Today's High Canyon Country Happenings, November 25th, hosted by the San Juan Chamber of Commerce and the Four Corners School of Outdoor Education. There will be a craft fair from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Canyon Country Discovery Center in Monticello, Utah. Crafters, bakers, candlestick makers, and more. It's Small Business Saturday. They say to bring your talents out of the house and share them with the public. Booth space is $10 per space. Call 435-587-2156 extension 1012 to reserve your space now. In case you know someone who loves to karaoke, now there is a karaoke lotto singing for cash at Blondie's Trophy Room in Cortez. It's November 22nd from 8 p.m. to midnight. Blondie's and Junior Stafford say somebody will win some cash just by singing. No judges, no voting, it's that simple. Come by and sing and bring some dollar bills with you. Each time you sing, you are required to put $1 in a jar. Also, each time you sing, your name goes in another jar. At the end of the night, they will draw a name from the jar, and that person wins all of the money. Sounds simple. The more you sing, the more times your name is in the pot. Desmond has also said that he will drop $20 in the jar to start the night. This sounds like a fun way to get people participating. And for you off-road motorcycle enthusiasts, November 24th up in Montrose is their annual Turkey Burn hosted by Highland Cycles, Friday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Forget Black Friday, join the group for the annual Turkey Burn. They get together every year on Friday after Thanksgiving to boycott Black Friday and ride dirt bikes. They're headed to Dry Creek for some rocky, tight single track. All of the happenings are posted on their DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. That's the DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. Email dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 677-4119 and we'll be sure to get your news on air.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Wednesday and then is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the same order at noon, 3, and 6.
And be sure to check us out on Facebook. It's DCTV News at Noon. Please like us there and share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.